Welcome to Blockchain Tech and Finance with me, your host KinToshi. If you're on the YouTube side, please do subscribe, turn on bell notifications. Again, right here to Blockchain Tech and Finance. Had some errors in the past stream, but got that sorted out. I have all these article links in the description box below on the videos here on the live stream and the recap. You can research at your own due diligence. Also in the chat, you can leave your comments in live chat. I'll note of it and what you think is important in blockchain tech and finance, crypto NFTs, etc. And I'll feature it here and note of it if it's important. All right, so let's go right into the article readings. Let's see what's going on for the U.S. market data. We got the Dow Jones Industrial Average is up, down 0.09%. Nasdaq Composite is up 0.9, or down. Everything's down in the red, 0.99%. S&P 500 down 0.48%. Global Dow Real Time is down 0.23%. Gold Continuous Contract is down 0.08%, and crude oil is down 1.29%. In the Europe markets, we have the FTSE 100 up 0.07%, the DAX down 0.28%, CIC 40 down 0.28%, 0.28%, FTSE MIB down 0.26%, IBEX 35 down 0.23%, Stock 600 down 0.39%. In the Asia markets, we have the Asia Dow down 0.69%, the Nikkei 225 up 0.19%, Hang Seng down 2.73%, Shanghai Composite up 0.14%, S&P BSE Sensex is up 0.29%, FTSE Straits Times is down 0.47%, S&P ASX 200 benchmark is down 0.16%, KOSPI is down 1.35%. In Forex, we got the Euro up 0.29%, Japanese yen up 0.33%, British pound down 0.11%, Australia dollar down 0.44%, the US dollar index down 0.05%, the WSJ dollar index is down 0.01%. In cryptocurrency, we have the Bitcoin down 2.5% at 23,197 per BTC. Ethereum is down 3.24% at $1,589.99 per ETH. In the rates markets, the US 10-year Treasury note up 0.04, Germany 10-year government bond up 0.049, Italy 10-year government bond up 0.057, Spain 10-year government bond is up 0.06, basically rounded at 0.07, UK 10-year gilt is up 0.019 or up 0.02, rounded out. Japan 10-year government bond is down 0.004. In the futures market, the crude oil futures down 1.36%. Gold continuous futures is down 0.11%. E-mini Nasdaq 100 futures is down 1.23%. E-mini Dow futures is down 0.21%. E-mini S&P 500 futures is down 0.62%, and silver futures is up 0.58%. All right, so first article I have here today to note from, it's a little bit of a weekend recap as well. South Korea to deploy cryptocurrency tracking system in 2023. The virtual currency tracking system will be used to monitor transaction history, extract information related to transactions, and check the source of funds before and after remittance. You can listen to the audio here if you'd like to on your own due diligence. So, the Ministry of Justice in South Korea announced plans to introduce a crypto tracking system to counter money laundering initiatives and recover funds linked to criminal activities. The virtual currency tracking system will be used to monitor transaction history, extract information related to transactions, and check the source of funds before and after remittance, according to local media outlet KH Games. So you got a tweet there overviewing it. While the system is slated to be deployed in the first half of 2023, the South Korean ministry shared plans to develop an independent tracking and analysis system in the second half of the year. A rough translation of the ministry's statement reads, in response to the sophistication of crime, we will improve the forensic infrastructure we build. Infrastructure, yeah. I don't know why I put infrastructure there twice in parentheses, but anyways, we will build a criminal justice system that meets international standards, global standards. South Korean police previously established an agreement with 5 local crypto exchanges to cooperate in criminal investigations and ultimately create a safe trading environment for crypto investors. South Korea Supreme Court ruled that cryptocurrency exchange BitHum must pay damages to investors of over a 1.5-hour service outage on November 12th, 2017. The finalized ruling from the Supreme Court ordered damages ranging from as little as $6 to around $6,400 to be paid to the 132 investors involved. The burden or the cost of the technological failures should be shouldered by the service operator, not the service users who pay commission for the service, the court stated. So that's that there. A little bit further, it pushes into innovation of regulatory enforcements and making sure investors are covered from damages. This next article is from news from the Bitcoin.com, Artificial Intelligence Cryptocurrency, the rise of AI-focused projects in 2023. The trend shows that artificial intelligence AI will be a major topic in 2023, as data indicates a surge in interest. Since interest peaked and Microsoft invested billions into ChatGPT, demanded for AI-focused cryptocurrency projects has risen dramatically. For example, the crypto project Fetch.ai has seen its native token FET rise 212% in the past 30 days, and another AI project, SingularityNet, has seen its token AGIX increase 293% against the US dollar. There's been a surge in interest in AI-focused cryptocurrency projects. During the week January 22nd to the 28th, 2023, the global worldwide Google Trends score for the term AI was 94 out of 100. In the first week of December 2022, the search term reached its highest Google Trends score of 100. It's safe to say that the world has become increasingly focused on artificial intelligence since the release of AI-infused art platforms like DALL-E, Deep AI, Jasper Art, Starry AI, Nightcalf, and others. In the past 2 months, the OpenAI platform ChatGPT or GPT-3 has become widely used AI phenomenon. There's Midjourney that also does AI art generation. Google Trends shows the worldwide score for the search term ChatGPT was 100 during the week of January 22nd to the 28th, and has been rising since the first week of December 2022. The report also shows that Microsoft has entered the third phase of its long-term partnership with OpenAI through a multi-year, multi-billion-dollar investment, said to be as much as $10 billion in funding. The growing trend in artificial intelligence, AI, and demand for the technology has spilled over to blockchain projects integrating AI into their protocols. For instance, a crypto asset created by the project SingularityNet.io has seen its native token AGIX rise 293%, although the SingularityNet AGIX was down more than 6% in January 29, 2023, has increased 17.5% over the past 2 weeks. The project aims to support the next generation of decentralized AI. Another blockchain-powered AI project, Vector Space AI, has a token called VXV that has risen 95.9% over the past month. The Fetch AI project has experienced similar demand over the past 4 weeks. Over the past 30 days, the Fetch AI project's FET token has risen 212% against the US dollar. The Fetch AI team says the project creates autonomous agent technology for peer-to-peer applications with automation and AI capabilities, with or without direct blockchain access. Another AI-based blockchain project, Ocean Protocol, and its Ocean token have risen 130% against the US dollar in the past 30 days. Ocean Protocol, named a technology pioneered by the World Economic Forum, aims to unlock data at scale through encrypted data monetization. It is uncertain how long the demand for AI-based crypto assets and the popularity of these tokens will last. All of the AI-related crypto assets are currently ranked below the top 75 in terms of market capitalization, and has recently seen price surges due to increased interest in AI/Chat GPT. All right, so what do you think about the driving? What do you think is driving the surge in demand for AI-focused cryptocurrency projects? Share your thoughts. Share your thoughts in the comments, and I'll feature it, note back of it. So let's keep going. Cointelegraph. Ordinals protocol sparks debate over NFTs placed in the Bitcoin ecosystem. The community has been divided as to whether the non-fungible token like digital artifacts are the right fit for the Bitcoin space. This is from Braden Lindria, writer-reporter for Cointelegraph. It's interesting to me. So I'll be researching this more. Not financial advice. Do your own research. Take caution. The recent launch of a non-fungible token NFT protocol on the Bitcoin mainnet has the crypto community divided over whether it'll be good for the Bitcoin ecosystem. The protocol, referred to as Ordinals, was created by software engineer Casey Rodarmer, who officially launched the program on the Bitcoin mainnet following January 21st blog post. The protocol essentially allows for the Bitcoin version of NFTs, described as digital artifacts on the Bitcoin network. These digital artifacts can comprise of JPEGs, image, PDFs, or video, audio formats. So the meme-inspired NFT-like digital artifacts are now being inscribed on the Bitcoin network source ordinals. The introduction of the protocol has the Bitcoin community divided, however, with some arguing that it offers more financial use cases for Bitcoin, while others say it's straying away from the Satoshi Nakamoto's vision of Bitcoin as a peer-to-peer cash system. Bitcoin, well, I mean, we can still, well, it's like strengthening us peer-to-peer transacting together, a cash system of, buying and selling art or other mediums for game assets and NFTs that are built surrounding around games, with NFTs built into them. Bitcoin bull Dan Held was one of those on board for the development, noting that it would drive demand for block space and thus fees while bringing more use cases to Bitcoin. Yeah, exactly. Someone pointed out that while these NFT-like structures have taken up block space on the Bitcoin network, which could drive up transaction fees, among those, well, I mean, you got to scale the Bitcoin network out. Maybe more sensible to put it on Bitcoin Lightning, and bridge your Bitcoin to Bitcoin Lightning and then transact on Bitcoin Lightning for Lightning NFTs, for example. It'll offload transactional fees on Bitcoin and congestion on Bitcoin network. Among those include Twitter user Bitcoin is Saving, who argued to their 237,600 followers on January 29th that privileged wealthy whites wanting to use JPEGs as status symbols may exclude marginalized people from participating in the Bitcoin network. Cryptocurrency researcher Eric Wall disagreed, opinioning that Bitcoin's built-in block size limit would prevent a rise in transaction fee. Okay, there's some rebuttal there. Others, such as Blockstream CEO and Bitcoin core developer Adam Back, weren't happy with meme culture being brought to Bitcoin, suggesting that developers take the stupidity elsewhere. Okay, would it be negative, I guess, rather than positive? However, Ethereum bull Anthony Sassano, the host of the Daily Gwei, took a shot at the Blockstream CEO for wanting undesirable transactions to be censored, which may believe goes against the ethos of Bitcoin. Yeah, most definitely. I agree with that. In the blog post, Road Armor explained that the NFT-like structures are created by inscribing Satoshis, the native currency of the Bitcoin network, with arbitrary content. These inscribed Satoshis, which are cryptographically presented by a string of numbers, can then be secured or transferred to other Bitcoin addresses according to notes in Ordinal's technical documentation. In quote, inscribing is done by sending the Satoshi to be inscribed in a transaction that reveals the inscription content on chain. This content is then inextricably linked to that Satoshi, turning it into a mutable digital artifact that can be tracked, transferred, hoarded, bought, sold, lost, and rediscovered. The inscriptions take place on the Bitcoin mainnet. No side chain or separate token is needed, the document states. It appears that only 277 digital artifacts have been inscribed thus far, according to the website, Ordinal's website. Interestingly, Road Armor admitted that on August 25th interview on Hell Money podcast that Ordinal's work was created by bring memes to life on Bitcoin. This is a 100 meme driven development. All right, so I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna research it more, most definitely, and explore and possibly put some NFT artworks on there for fun that I create. This is from payments.com. NFTs. Amazon enters Web3 jungle with the NFT initiative launching this spring. So we'll see what this entails here. This is by Payments. Amazon is making its first move into cryptocurrency industry, and the e-commerce giant is targeting non-fungible token NFTs, not cryptocurrency. That's what Blockworks report published Thursday, January 26, revealing the online retailer's plans to launch an NFT initiative this coming spring. The report from the crypto industry publication cites several sources familiar with Amazon's plans, who all claim that Amazon has been exploring the launch of a digital assets enterprise across its primary platform, not via Amazon Web Services AWS. The world's largest retailer, Amazon, has so far kept the crypto industry at arm's length while investing in finding success in other next generation digital commerce activations, including live selling. Amazon's entry into the Web3 landscape may provide a key boon to the credibility and vitality of an industry that presently finds itself at an inflection point. As Payments previously reported, the volume of minted NFTs has plummeted by 60%, and the volume of active buyers and resellers is a third of the levels seen at the beginning of 2022. Separate sports retailer Fanatics has lost its taste for NFTs and is unloading its majority stake in Candy Digital at a presumed loss. However, despite NFT industry headwinds, Amazon is not the only traditional institutional player dipping its toes into the NFT marketplace ecosystem. Fidelity Investments recently filed trademark applications for an NFT marketplace of its own. Reached for comment. A Fidelity Investment spokesperson told Payments in an email that while it is premature to discuss trademark applications that were just filed, they reinforce the company's legacy for innovation. Amazon's Web3 ambitions reportedly include blockchain-based games and NFT collectibles. While the effort remains under development, those sources reached by Blockworks have indicated that an April launch appears to have been penciled in. While whether Amazon plans to launch a marketplace remains unclear, although any moves in that direction by the Seattle-based giant would send shockwaves rocking industry incumbents like OpenSea or Rarible, given the size, scale, and reach of the commerce titan. Interestingly, Andy Jassy, the Amazon CEO, who took over from the founder of Jeff Bezos, is no stranger to the collectibles industry. Per the tech CEO biography, he worked for 5 years after graduating from Harvard University as a project manager for collectibles company MBI. Further information regarding any potential hires Amazon has made to support the effort or the creation of new internal teams to spearhead the NFT and blockchain gaming initiatives have yet to be revealed. The full extent of Amazon's Web3 ambitions are similarly shrouded in mystery. In a CNBC Squawk Box interview during April last year, Jassy publicly stated that he saw NFTs in Amazon's future. I expect that in quote he said, "I expect that NFTs will continue to grow very significantly. We're not probably close to adding crypto as a payment mechanism in our retail business, but I do believe over time that you'll see crypto become bigger, and it's possible down the road," he said at the time. That time appears to be now, or at least this spring. All right, so Amazon enters Web3 jungle with the NFT initiative launching this spring, which is still shrouded in mystery. Cointelegraph. In the news, the metaverse is creating a new virtual marketplace for retail brands. From Jad Malayeb, writer-reporter for Cointelegraph, entrepreneurs have been leveraging favorable legislation to create new cannabis marketplace in the metaverse. Canaland. Entrepreneurs are betting on the future of the metaverse and cannabis industry. In the last decade, developments in government legislation have led to the legalization or decriminalization of cannabis in a number of countries, municipalities in the U.S. states, allowing users to fully appreciate the sacred plant in both recreational and medicinal settings. While cannabis remains classified as a Schedule I drug by the United States federal government, decades of protests, scientific research, and political lobbying have significantly reduced its stigma and opened the cannabis marketplace for commercialization efforts. Technologically, the rise of the metaverse has reinvigorated the impact of having a virtual presence. The internet and social media introduced the concept of a virtual self, and with it facilitated an unprecedented form of communication and interaction. The metaverse is expanding on its capability through the creation of virtual avatars that move through virtual environments created for exploration and engagement. Nestled between these two trends are the entrepreneurs who have envisioned a marriage of cannabis and technology. In this vision, virtual avatars roam metaverse worlds, socializing with friends, checking out cannabis merchandise, attending virtual community clubs, and purchasing goods and services. This integration would be the future of cannabis, and entrepreneurs are already betting on it. Obviously, you got to have some sort of token gating to realize, you can't be letting people under the age of 21, basically, per laws, certain state laws and sanctions that view cannabis alike to alcohol, right? Or maybe 18 in some parts of the world like that, or completely still illegalized, which may make this maybe rolled up into their laws that you can't legally visit those things, or it has to be blocked or something. I don't know. We'll see. Cannabis in the metaverse. Cannabis and the metaverse are among the fastest growing industries in the world. According to Grower IQ, legal cannabis sales are expected to exceed $50 billion by 2025, while a McKinsey report shows the global metaverse market could surpass $5 trillion by 2030. Although each industry carries implicit risk due to changing regulations and acceptance on a worldwide stage, the potential for profit has attracted many operators into the field to innovate in Web3. Admittedly, though, these early iterations into the metaverse space have been far from optimal. The emerging video graphics and sensory integrations in many metaverses remain highly limited, so this reduces the effectiveness of their intended immersive experiences. Given these regulatory and technological constraints, the early trepidations approaching the union of the metaverse and the cannabis markets are unsurprising. Entering markets in their infancy is a risky business, but success could result in a brand with a worldwide impact. Cannaverse Technologies believes in the connection between cannabis and the metaverse technology and is pioneering Canaland, the first metaverse platform built exclusively for the worldwide cannabis community, targeting both business to business B2B and business to consumer B2C markets. Cannaland is a metaverse project aimed at creating a bustling virtual e-commerce environment for cannabis vendors, customers, advertisers, and advocates to form the world's most comprehensive cannabis community. And Cannaland, where cannabis meets the metaverse, a metaverse technology writes in sophistication. Cannaland's vision to be the metaverse destination for all things cannabis will continue to develop. Built on its own blockchain with the CNLT token at its core, Cannaland is designed with the infrastructure necessary to sustain a virtual e-commerce environment. Here, the true metaverse vision comes to life. Consumers use personalized avatars to browse around hundreds of retail stores, communicate with employees, choose brands, and purchase products where permitted, engage in metaverse events, and build a cannabis community. But there's more to Cannaland than simply e-commerce. Cannaland at its heart is a cannabis community fashioned to enable worldwide social experiences like concerts, comedy shows, art exhibitions, and even virtual consumption lounges. Education is also key to its story. Cannaland has its own virtual university, CannaLearn, which functions as a dedicated platform for cannabis education, research, and awareness. With the world's largest organization pushing to take metaverse into the mainstream, one cannot help but wonder which parts of daily life could be changed forever. For the curious, it may not be long before they take to the metaverse to build a cannabis community to find some answers. For more developments on the future of cannabis in the metaverse, follow Cannaland on Twitter and keep your eyes open for the latest developments. So if you're into cannabis, whatever it is, whether recreationally or medically, here you go. Metaverse is creating a new virtual marketplace for retail brands. Obviously, it's focused around Cannaland. I thought it was going to be more encompassing towards like something like overall on marketplace or retail, but I guess this was focused on cannabis marketplace, which is a prevalent investable marketplace, most definitely. All right, we're gonna switch to this. This one's me. Commodity trades cost surges as industry up to 500 billion. So if you're subscribed over to Financial Times, you can check out that article there. And finance. All right, Yahoo Finance housing market. This is from Dylan Kroll, writer reporter for Yahoo Finance. The housing market. Jason Oppenheim warns of an Armageddon in the real estate industry. So you can also watch the video recap here as well. The real estate industry could be upended, says star broker Jason Oppenheim. Oppenheim, who leads a team of glamorous agents on Netflix NFLX reality series Selling Sunset, recently sat down with Yahoo Finance to talk about the current state of the U.S. real estate market. During the far-ranging conversation, he warned that the industry's commission structure could soon change forever. To be specific about real estate agents, we've got federal regulators and a couple of lawsuits coming down the pipeline that at worst case would be an Armageddon for real estate agents, he said. You might see regulators uncouple the commission structure where the seller is now essentially paying for the buyer and agent's commission. In 2019, two home sellers filed a lawsuit, Sitzer et al. Versus National Association of Realtors, NAR, alleging that several NAR rules violate the Sherman Antitrust Act in 1890 law, which prohibits activities that restrict interstate commerce and competition. One of the NAR rules in question requires listing brokers to offer buyer brokers a commission to list a property. The lawsuit alleges that this practice inflates seller costs and therefore is anti-competitive. Traditionally, it takes two agents to sell a house, a buyer's agent and a seller's agent. However, if NAR loses the suit, the real estate industry would effectively see buyer agents removed from the equation. This means that the number of real estate agents in the U.S. there are 1.5 million right now, according to NAR, could drop precipitous. Just gonna drop. I'm having a tongue twister word pronunciation issue this morning. Seems like precipitously. That's a stupid word. You can see hundreds of thousands of real estate agents leaving the profession and major brokerages go out of business, said Oppenheim. We're on the precipice of an Armageddon that nobody talks about. There's hopes for a settlement that regulators or an appeal case, but there's high likelihood that marketplace for real estate agents is about to get majority overhauled, and said Oppenheim. He added that he could see the U.S. ultimately turn towards a model with lower total commissions, as is the case in Australia. I'm trying to be like negative about this word, but I guess I'm just being stupid about it. Anyways, there's hope for a settlement with regulators and an appeal process, but there's a high likelihood for the marketplace for real estate agents is about to get majority overhauled, and said Oppenheim. He added that he could see the U.S. ultimately turn towards a model with lower total commissions, as is the case in Australia. I'm trying to be like negative about this word, but I guess I'm just being stupid about it. Anyways, there's hope for a settlement with regulators and an appeal process, but there's a high likelihood for the marketplace majorly overhauled, said Oppenheim. He added that we could see the U.S. ultimately turn towards a model with lower total commissions, as is the case in Australia. Yeah, let's follow Australia. They seem to get things right. Seems like a lot. um, I think there are too many real estate agents anyway, so I don't think that's part of the problem, he said. I think the problem is that if we remove the buyer's agent's commission, you'll see the listing agent representing the buyer in 90% of transactions. True, they just start rolling up those fees into their own fees. It's called dual, that's what they're talking about. It's called dual agency, said Oppenheim. I don't think that's healthy for the consumer because I think that the buyer should have their own representation. It would be no different than going into a courtroom and you have one lawyer representing both sides. Yep, that makes sense as well. This could create a situation where the agent would have a fiduciary duty on to one side, the seller, Oppenheim added. In 2022, a federal court ruled that a private real estate listing service could sue the NAR over anti-competitive practices. Earlier this month, the U.S. Supreme Court rejected the trade association's attempt to challenge the ruling. It's something that's not talked about that much, and it could be difficult, probably more in 2024, but it's coming, Oppenheim said. All right, so leave your comments what you think about this as well. In the housing market, Jason Oppenheim warns of an Armageddon in the real estate industry based on these buyers, sellers, and the broker mediums of brokers being removed. CNBC, and we're going to close out this article for the day. Europe's crackdown on big tech amid TikTok, but now that's set to change. And the key points here is from Evelyn Chang, a reporter for CNBC. The key points, unlike its larger American peers, TikTok hasn't faced the kinds of mega fines or legal penalties that Google, Facebook owner Meta, or Amazon have in the EU over the past years. TikTok has stayed out of regulatory scrutiny partly because it's kept out of the crosshairs of commercial interest in Europe. That doesn't mean political leaders and legislators in Europe aren't worried. Moritz Korner, a German lawmaker, said the app poses several unacceptable risks for European users. I agree. There's definitely some things that could be figured out with TikTok. At the executive level, the European Commission's tone on TikTok has begun to change. TikTok is beginning to feel the sting of political and regulatory pressure in Europe, where the Chinese-owned app has largely evaded the scrutiny it's faced in the U.S. EU's Commissioner of the Internal Market, Thierry Breton, warned TikTok CEO Shuzi Chu in a meeting. Hopefully I didn't butcher that name. This month, the bloc could ban the app if it didn't comply with new rules on digital content well ahead of a September 1 deadline. That's a marked shift from the EU's near silence on TikTok, while U.S. lawmakers have been aggressive, banning the app from federal devices in December over national scrutiny concerns. A proposed bipartisan bill also seeks to block the app from operating in the U.S. It's not that the EU is soft on tech. Europe has fined U.S. tech giants for violating the EU's general data protection regulation. The difference with TikTok is that the app has kept out of the crosshairs of commercial interest in Europe. There's no political, in quote, there's no political demand for investigation into Chinese entities. Hasuk Lee Makayama, the director of think tank, the European Center for International Political Economy, said in an interview in December, the user base of TikTok is a lot bigger than a lot of people in Europe think, he said. But he added, you're not going to look very closely if they don't steal too much from your ad revenue. TikTok has about 275 million monthly active users in Europe as of December, according to Sensor Tower's Abe Yusuf, noting that more than 1/3 of Europe's population is about 750 million. The data dragon TikTok must be placed under the surveillance of the European authorities. Europe must finally wake up. This is a quote from Moritz Korner. TikTok was the most downloaded social media app last year in Italy and Spain, according to Data.ai, formerly called App Annie. The app held second place in France and Germany. The data showed WhatsApp, owned by Facebook parent Meta, ranked first among social media app downloads in France and Germany, the third in Italy and Spain, according to Data.ai. Meta reported $29.06 billion in European revenue in 2021, a region the company defined as including Russia and Turkey. In contrast, TikTok recorded turnover of just $531 million in the European Union in 2021, according to the latest available filing in the UK, but that was well over 4 times that was disclosed for 2020. It takes a bit of time for the European Commission to get its act together on these issues, said Dexter Thillian, lead tech and telecoms analysis analyst for the Economist Intelligence Unit. It's not because of a lack of willingness from the European Commission to do something, Thillian told CNBC in a phone interview. They've got their hands full with bigger companies. How long does this go on for? This is a long article. Keep going on. Let's get some key points here, all right? TikTok isn't yet a behemoth at the scale of companies like Meta and Alphabet and Amazon when it comes to social media advertising commerce, but it has been so popular that the app has inspired copycat products such as Meta's Reels and short video feature, and obviously some things integrated into Instagram. I've seen more than half of people aged 16 to 24 in France and Germany use TikTok, according to Data AI. And since its launch in 2016, TikTok has amassed a worldwide monthly user base of more than 1 billion. Gives an attractive pool of data to train its algorithms to target users aggressively with content more aligned to their interests. The TikTok's parent, Beijing-based ByteDance, has found similar success in China with a local version of the app called Douyin. A big fear among U.S. intelligence officials, increasingly lawmakers in Europe as well, is that Beijing could influence how TikTok targets its users to engage in propaganda or censorship. Let's see. From a geopolitical perspective, the EU's inactivity towards TikTok has been naive. Corner has been calling the European Commission to pressure data protection authorities to take action against TikTok since 2019. The data dragon TikTok must be placed under surveillance of the European authorities, said Corner. While Europe's tone is changing, ByteDance admitted to using 2 journalists' TikTok data to locate their physical movements, according to the internal memo. TikTok distanced itself from the activity and said the employees involved were no longer employed at ByteDance. Surveillance concerns, in addition to the EU's Tough Digital Service Act, were a big topic of conversation in Chu's meeting with the EU officials earlier this month. DSA, which was approved last year, is yet to be applied in Europe. EU officials are pressuring tech giants of all stripes to get their houses in order before September 1st deadline, including TikTok. The EU takes privacy and data protection issues very seriously, it said. Under Chinese counter-espionage and national security rules, TikTok's parent company ByteDance and other Chinese tech firms would be forced to share user data with Beijing if asked by the government, experts previously told CNBC. While the U.S. was pressuring allies to ban Huawei, the Chinese telecommunications giant, in 2019. China's foreign ministry said that in a statement to CNBC, and that the Chinese government has never and will not require companies or individuals to collect or share data located in foreign countries in a violation of local laws. The ministry said relevant parties should respect the principles of market economy and fair competition, stop abusing the concept of national security, and provide Chinese companies with a fair, transparent, and non-discriminatory business environment. I mean, if you got nothing to hide, I mean, I don't know, just compile your data and release it as per needed, I guess. Unless your data says you are spying on people. I don't know. We'll see. It's a big double-edged sword, right? TikTok has admitted that data on its European users can be accessed by employees based in China, but it denies it would ever share such information with the Chinese government. A company spokesperson told CNBC the firm has always been bound by and strive to comply with EU regulations that apply to us. We're continuing to foster a strong culture of compliance by investing heavily in evolving our platform and business to align with the changing regulatory framework, the spokesperson said. The firm nonetheless says it is committed to creating a robust system for processing the data of Europeans with Europe. This will include establishing a new data center in Ireland to house European users' data locally. Let's see. All right. Close up this streaming article for the time. So, yeah, meanwhile, investigations TikTok's accessing of users' data in China are starting to bear fruit, according to Thillian. Investigations if it happened to Facebook, I mean, it might as well just happen to TikTok. So much about the users' data and what's going on with it. Investigations take time. The Irish Data Protection Commission took nearly 5 years to end its probe into Meta's targeted advertising practices, which resulted in a fine of more than $400 million. The commission is examining whether the transfer of user data from TikTok to China and processing of data on minors is in breach of the bloc's strict GDPR privacy rules. An outcome in the Irish privacy probe isn't expected until late this year or 2024. So if you got comments on this, what you think about this and regulatory frameworks of TikTok overall, leave it in the comments. But this is Europe's crackdown on big tech amid TikTok, but now that's set to change. Let's see if there's an NPR morning news brief now, and we'll close out this. It's not. Let's see. January 30th, morning news edition. So you can listen to the full show here. But let's see the overview of what's going on. You can see that they're 10-minute right here on the morning news brief of NPR. But in health, an older person's money management errors may be a sign of some sort of dementia. National, a man who prevented a second attack in Monterey Park is honored as a hero. Recent attacks on electric substations have the Department of Energy concerned. In national news, in animals, a bear in Boulder, Colorado may have a future as a social media influencer. In Life Kit, making friends is easy when you're young, but it can be harder as you age. In music, musician Matt Butler has turned years of playing in prisons into a one-man show. And national, Memphis and the national focus on another example of police violence. In the Middle East, Blinken's Israel visit comes during highlighted Israeli-Palestinian tensions. In the Middle East, U.S. view on Israel. Could Blinken's visit temporarily cool down tensions? Let's see. In health news, Wegovy works. I don't know what that is, but here's what happens if you can't afford to keep taking the drug. House Republicans are kicking off investigations to the Biden administration and politics. In the Middle East, more menacing seagulls near Beirut's airport have been lured there by uncollected trash. Animals for $5 at San Antonio Zoo will help you get over your ex. The Kansas City Chiefs will face Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl in sports. U.S. sports, ex-Memphis police colonel is in shock over the video of police beating Tyree Nichols. National news, that's something note of importance. Peru's political stalemate and civil unrest shows little signs of letting up. And previous shows are there as well. That's what's going on. Some morning edition there on NPR. All right, if you're on the YouTube side, please do subscribe, turn on the bell notifications right here to Blockchain Tech and Finance News. I'll see y'all back tomorrow with more articles. And you can, read through all these articles at your own due diligence, research on your own. They're in the description box on these recap videos. And leave your comments and chat. Cheers, ciao, peace be with you. Have a great, safe day.